Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Friday, November 25th, and the moon is in Sag still. It moves into Capricorn around, I think, 4:19 p.m. on the east coast of the U.S. And that energy goes from sort of the vast, big picture, aspirational Sag to the more practical and grounded energy of Capricorn. But you can't work things that you're not inspired. The inspiration starts the process, and then we put the work in. And so you may find yourself being a little bit more like thinking about what you want to do and making plans, and then towards the end of the day you start to take action steps, real steps to do that, to get those plans done. The other thing happening today is we have a semi-square between Pluto and Venus. This is an important point in the cycle between Venus and Pluto. Venus and Pluto's had a very interesting and storied interaction ever since Venus made 3 conjunctions to Pluto at the end of last year. When Venus was in Capricorn, Venus had a retrograde cycle in Capricorn. Capricorn is being an authority in your own life, the rights to yourself, being in charge, right? Being in charge of yourself. And what have here, at least here in the U.S., what have we seen with women and power? We had a constitutional right we had for 50 years taken away from us. And yet we saw elections where many women have come into positions of power, along with many women have shifted power because of the choices that they themselves got to make. So it's an empowering, it's been a long journey, disappointing at times, ultimately empowering. The semi-square starts the what we call the balsamic stage of when 2 planets are interacting with each other. The balsamic stage goes from semi-square, which is at now, to which is a 315-degree aspect, to the next conjunction, which starts a whole new cycle with Venus and hi, baby. Hi, little girl. We're going to go inside and have some breakfast, right? Yeah. So this is a time of extracting meaning, really sort of evaluating your relationship to yourself, your relationship to women, your relationship to your feminine side. What have you learned? What relationships have you seen that have brought you a sense of empowerment, and which ones have brought you the opposite of that? And an evaluation and figuring out what it is that you've had to learn from this experience. So kind of an introspective day. Venus really deals with what we value and what's important to us. And I know many people have realized that what they maybe thought was important at one point ends up not being quite as important. And that there are things that relationships may, and especially our relationship to ourselves. How do we feel about ourselves? Do we feel we deserve our rights, our happiness? Do we feel like second-class citizens? Do we believe we're second-class citizens for some reason? These are all kind of questions that come up at this time. So something to ponder on Black Friday here in the States. If you're going out to shop, be careful out there. It's still a little nutty. And of course, we've had our our fill of more gun violence here in the U.S. And everybody talking about mental health, and few people talking about what really counts, which would be the guns, right? The availability of guns. Another story for another day. Just a thought. But I think it's going to be beyond that, beyond the sort of political concerns and the overlook of the last year for women and their sense of empowerment. It is, I think, going to be a day where we actually can get some things done that are very helpful. We also have a trine between Chiron and Venus at this time, and that gives a flow of energy for healing or for wounding. So be careful out there. We have opportunities to heal. Not everybody's interested in that, so don't assume they are. But I think it's going to be a good day all the same. Take care of yourselves, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for each and every one of you that come out in the mornings to see what's going on in the yard. And we have one of those gray November days. Yesterday I got to sit out in the sun for a little while, but the sun is low and the sun isn't strong now here. So, but it was nice all the same to sit in the sun for a little bit, for the little time that it spent in the sky. All right, guys, have yourself a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Namaste.